Merry Christmas! It's Christmas time in Texas. So, how about food gifts from the heart that take no time and are cheap and easy to make? Sound good? I think so. This is going to be our part one of our two-part Christmas deal. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to do some spiced, sweet and spicy nuts, mixed nuts. This is cheap. This is easy. You just can't go wrong with this. And guess what? It's one pan, no bowls. You have one pan. Everything will go right into this pan, and it takes 15 minutes. That's it. 15 minutes. So, what I've got here, I've got a baking sheet, a baking pan, lined with parchment paper. Parchment paper. This is to keep stuff from sticking, and it makes cleanup a breeze because you just take the paper and throw it away and then wipe the pan down. All right? But you want to make sure you have one with sides so stuff doesn't run out everywhere. Okay? So, I've got about 2 cups of walnuts and about 2 cups of pecans. You can put almonds in here too if you have them. You could do cashews. Don't do peanuts. We're going to do something else with peanuts. But this is just pecans and 2 cups pecans, 2 cups of walnuts. All right? Now, this is coconut oil. You could use olive oil or just regular oil. And we're going to do 2 big old tablespoons, maybe 2.5 tablespoons of coconut oil. And then we're going to do, if I can get it open, this is cinnamon. This is cinnamon, and you want just a couple of heaping teaspoons of cinnamon on there. Alright. This is cayenne pepper. And we want just the tiniest little bit of cayenne. Not a lot. Unless you like really spicy, and then you do more. It's up to you. You just want a hint of spice in there. That's what you're after. Just a little hint. More sweet than spice, I say. Alright. There. There. Then, I'll take some brown sugar. I got a brand new one, didn't even open it yet. Got that up. Now we're going to take some brown sugar. And you'll notice we got a lot of stuff back there too. We're going to use it all, don't worry. We're going to do a whole bunch of different stuff. We're going to do some spice blends. We're going to do this. We're going to do some easy candy. And cookies. Shortcut cookies. You can go and buy this stuff all you want to. But everything I do for Christmas for my family and friends, most of everything I do, I try to do from my heart. Now, you may be a crafter. You may be a painter. You may be a cook. But I think it means more if it comes from your heart. And this is just a fine sprinkling of brown sugar over there. Okay? And there it is. No, we'll use this one. And some sea salt. This is pink Himalayan sea salt. Now what we're going to do is we're going to mix it all together. Make sure your hands are clean. Don't go pet the dog or change the baby. You want to make sure everything is coated really, really well. Really, really well. And you've got your oven preheated to 350. Okay? If you think it needs a little bit more oil because it's not coating, just drizzle a little bit more oil on there. Or butter. You could use butter if you wanted to. And you know what I think would be good with this? sure you get them all too. Those on the edges are sticking out there and not getting coated. And you just keep doing this around. It shouldn't take you more than a few minutes. And at this point, you can do whatever you want to with it. So instead of adding some more oil to it, you know what I think I'm going to do? You can get creative. This is Kahlua. It's a rum and coffee liqueur. My personal favorite with eggnog. How about we do that? How about we drizzle some Kahlua over it? Why not? Right? Why not? It's Christmas. Kind of booze. There you go. Gotta make it boozy. And don't worry about the alcohol because it's gonna cook out. At 120 degrees for 30 seconds, alcohol cooks out. You'll just have the reduction of flavors. Okay, once you get it all mixed in together, my paper tore, so I'm kind of a mess here on this corner. So what we're going to do now is we're going to spread it out flat. We're going to spread it out flat now that we got it all mixed in together. Spread it out flat. That's good. Okay. Now we're going to pop this in the oven for 15 minutes. Whoop. 350 oven, 15 minutes. I forgot what I was doing. Okay, so now while that's going, let's go over here. Walk with me. Walk with me. All right. So another real easy, cheap gift that makes a lot would be spice blends. All right, custom blended spice. Oh, so nice. So that's what we're going to do here. Now, you can order jars and stuff and buy fancy stuff and spend money, but throughout the year, save little jars. These are little salsa jars. All right, and you say, yeah, but they're so hard to clean up. No, they're not. In this pan, I boiled water. I've got boiling, well, I had boiling water. It's cooled down now so I can touch them. And what you do is, you take your jars, and you fill them up with water up to the line. Up to the line where they need to be. Then you're going to take an SOS pad, and just go right over the glue part, and it'll come right off. It has to be hot when you do it. See, this one's kind of not so hot. And then you wash them again. And that's how you're going to do it. See that? Peels right off. Look how easy that can come off with just your thumbnail. So then if you take this and go over it, which is kind of hard, because I don't have a lot of room. But you get it wet and go over it. Comes the water out of it. Makes it easier, won't make as big a mess. And you can do this with all kinds of jars, not just for little jars for like spice gifts, but what about like spaghetti sauce jars? And then reuse them in your pantry to store beans in, or lentils or peas or something. And you can also use them to store pasta in, decorate them up, put a nice little label on them, and you're good. I repurpose everything. Just about everything you see has been repurposed. So you get the idea, right? Do we have to keep going? I don't think so. I've already got some, so we're just going to put these out of the way right now. I just want to show you how to do that. Okay, we're just going to do, I'm going to show you how to fill some of those up. Okay, so, we're going to do 2 different spice blends. All right? The first one we're going to do is a Texas spice. This can be used as a rub. This can be used, on ribs or on chicken as a rub, or on a brisket. This can be used on fajitas. It's just an all-purpose. I call it my Texas rub. All right, my down-home rub. This is down-home rub, or down-home spice blend. And so we have all these spices. There's the little jars we're going to use. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is this is cilantro leaves, dried cilantro leaves. You can dehydrate your own if you want to, but because most of you don't grow them like I do and dehydrate them like I do, I went to Dollar Tree, to the dollar store. These are $1. These are $1. Okay? And it's going to be kind of hit and miss for you. It's going to be what you like. Okay, so first we're going to start off with some cilantro. And you can put that, a couple tablespoons of cilantro in there, maybe. Teaspoons. Add some more. Everybody likes cilantro. That's for something else. Alright. And then we have garlic powder. I've got one that's open. Hang on. Okay. Hang on. Hang on. I'm missing some. Well, good night, Nurse Lynn. Okay, there it is. Yeah, come on, Bo. Oh. Alright, there we got it. Alright. I'm back now. I'm back now. No, I'm not. Yes, I am. I'm back now. Okay, so we've got our cilantro in there, our cilantro leaves. So the next thing we're going to do is some garlic. And we'll do a couple teaspoons of garlic. And to that we're going to add some chili powder. A couple teaspoons of chili powder. 3. Doesn't matter. Already did the garlic, didn't it? Okay. And then this is paprika. Ground paprika. And you want a heaping teaspoon of that. And this is ground mustard. Ground mustard. And you don't want a lot, just a little bit of that. Not a lot. And then we're going to put our brown sugar in there. And we're going to put some brown sugar in here. Now I'm making just a little batch, but if you're going to make this for gifts, I'm just making a little batch to show you. But if you're making this for gifts, you want to, when I'm making it for gifts, I will use like a whole one of each of these. You know, to make up a whole bunch. And you can either taste it or smell it. Whichever works for you. And we're going to put a little bit of that in there. Give it a little sweetness, that'll cut the heat. Smells real good. Smells real good. Okay, so now, and I'm just doing this to give you an idea. Well, oh, there it is. Hang on. Hang on. Hang on. Okay, so, gonna get a funnel. And you're gonna put it in a jar. Well, no, I don't want it now. I want it, yeah, well, we'll just put it that way. Okay? And now, if you wanted to add some dried peppers to it, grind up some habanero or jalapeno and put in it. You know? Good. And if you don't have a funnel, just take a piece of paper, make a cone out of it, or a pastry bag. Here's another tip too. I've got to put salt in it. Y'all didn't say nothing to me. Y'all didn't tell me nothing. stuff up there. All right, take your bamboo skewers for your barbecue. Look, see how much easier that is to get it in there? And so then you just keep doing that till you got it full. See, like I said, I just made a little bit just to show you guys because we're going to go on to another one. Alright, so this is my all-purpose down-home rub. I use this on everything. I've used it in chili. I use it when I make black beans. I use it on ribs. Use it on steaks. And the cool thing about doing this kind of stuff, you don't have to wash up after every batch, but, well, you do if you're going to do it, switch completely. But we're going to do another batch similar to this. So anyway, that's what it looks like when you're done. Isn't that pretty? And we're going to fill this whole thing up. And then that's going to be a gift for someone. So now, we're going to make a taco seasoning, because everybody loves taco seasoning, and it's just the easiest thing in the world to do. Except if you're me and forget to get the stuff out for you. Okay. So, basically, it's going to be the same thing. Alright? We're going to do the cilantro leaves. And we're going to do the chili powder. Not that one. That one's not been opened yet. There we go. I use chili powder. This time I'm going to use a tablespoon. It's easier. Okay. And we're going to use the paprika. There we go. Smoked paprika. Always use the smoked paprika. It's got a better bite to it. And garlic. I'm still missing one. Is this garlic? Yeah, that's garlic powder. Alright, come on. Out. There we go. Yeah, that's what I don't have in it. That's what I'm missing. Yep. Healthy, generous portion of salt. That's what I'm missing. Onion powder. That's what I missed in my first one. Some onion powder. If you know people are allergic to onions, you might want to leave it out. Okay? And so this one is cilantro, garlic, onion, chili powder, paprika, some crushed chives, just a little bit because you already added the onion powder. This just gives it a little bit more color and look. Looks good. And last but not least on this one is cumin. Where is it? I just went and got the cumin. Oh, cumin. And again, you're going to do the same thing. You're going to mix it all together and pour it into a jar. So that's garlic, onion, cilantro, chili powder, paprika, salt, and cumin. Alright? So there's your chili mix right there. You like that one too? Okay. So, now remember, we set that timer on 15 minutes. How many spice rubs have we done? How many? 2 different gifts so far? Now we're going to do number 3. Alright, this time I am going to do a big batch. I should have done big batches on all of them, but I didn't. So, there you go. This is going to be an Italian seasoning. And with this, we're going to start off with parsley. Instead of cilantro, we're going to use parsley flakes. Again, if you dry your own, that's even better. But, you know. Okay, so this one we're going to do a fair amount of parsley. This I'm going to get big on this one. Alright, and we're going to do some crushed red pepper seeds. Not a lot on these, go easy. Everybody likes this. And garlic. basil. And oregano. Oh, I didn't grab the oregano. Of course I didn't. What do I do with the oregano? Oregano. Oh, there it is. Okay, got it. And I tell you what, instead of Italian, because now we're at an Italian, how about we do a Greek seasoning, a Mediterranean seasoning, because that sounds good. Oregano. Remember, you want about equal amounts of everything. Oregano. And we don't need that. But since we're going to go, I'm going to go Greek with this instead of Italian. We're going to add some this. Some this. Okay. We're going to add some, this is some mint that I dried last year. Oh, this is crushed mint. And this is lemon pepper. And again, you're going to make pretty colors. And you just mix it with your hands. See what it needs. Does it need more color? Need more garlic. Oh, that smells good. Oh, that smells wonderful. That smells wonderful. In fact, I'm going to add a little bit more garlic to it. And I think I'm going to add chopped chives this time instead of onions. And I'm just going to mash them up. Oh, I know what it needs. I know what it needs. Needs some rosemary. Okay. Need some rosemary. Maybe a touch of sage too might work in there. Alright. But, do you hear that? Ah! Yeah, well, that's a train there. But, our nuts are ready. It's 15 minutes. Okay. Alright, that's enough. And there you have it. And what you want to do, as soon as you get them out, you're going to move them around. I'm going to move them around. Move them around so they don't stick together. Just lightly move them around. Just kind of make sure they're not stuck anywhere. Okay? Lightly move them around. You're going to let them sit like this. You're going to let them sit like this. And then you can either drizzle them with caramel, or you can just sprinkle them with some plain old sugar. And that's what I'm going to do, because it'll melt right on top of it, so don't worry about it. I'm just going to take this and drench them in sugar, because it'll melt. Trust me. They're hot. And it makes them kind of frosted. And just want to make sure they're all good and covered. And you're going to want to let those cool completely. So, in 15 minutes, we made spiced nuts. We made a Greek seasoning. If you want it to be Italian seasoning, just don't put the lemon and the mint in it. We made a taco seasoning. We made my secret down-home rub. So, Lynn's rub. Don't rub Lynn, just use Lynn's rub. Oh, it's good. Oh, very good. Really good. Let them cool completely. And as they cool, they'll get crispy and crunchy. And I think along with that sugar, I'm going to sprinkle just a little allspice over it too. Give it a little extra oomph. You don't have to do any of this. Make it your way. Okay? But what I'm telling you is just leave them alone. They're good. You'll be good to go. Okay, so this is part 1. In our next video, probably tomorrow, because I have to go to Jordan's wedding. I gotta get ready to go there. We're going to be doing quick, easy, cool, no-bake, and shortcut cookies for Christmas. Merry Christmas! See you tomorrow. I'm glad I'm back. I hope you're happy I'm back too.